Hey, 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 this is old Uncle Mark here. 3-string cigar box guitar. Plugged into my Marshall as an AS50D. Clean as clean can be. No distortion at all. Although you could probably do that if that's what you wanted to do. So this is a series I'm doing for St. Patrick's Day, so you can learn these songs. This is actually an Australian song, and it's called A Pub with No Beer. But it's so perfect for St. Patrick's Day that I have to include it, and I've been including it in my St. Patrick's Day performances for ages. I do it in E. I do the second inversion here, so B, B, E. It's got an A. It's got a B. Well, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, at the campfire at night, where the wild doggies call. There's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear, as to stand at the bar in a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. It's a terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. A terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for his quota to come. You know, there's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The maid's gone all cranky and the cook's acting queer. It's a terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. It's a terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. It's a terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. Well, the herdsman rides up with his dry, dusty throat, and he breaks to the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer when the barman says suddenly, hey, this pub's got no beer. This pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. It's a terrible place, it's the pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. It's a terrible place, the pub's got no beer. You know, there's a dog on the veranda for his master he waits, but the boss is inside drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover, he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog, a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. A terrible place, it's a pub with no beer. A pub with no beer, a pub with no beer. It's a terrible place, a pub with no beer. And old Billy the blacksmith, for the first time in his life, he is gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks into the kitchen, she says, "You're early, my dear." And he breaks down and tells her that the pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. It's a terrible place. The pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. The pub's got no beer. It's a terrible place. The pub's got no beer. So, easy song, E, A, B. If you'd like, you can play it in G. Lonesome away from your kindred and all. C and D. Campfire where the wild doggies call. It's a little too high for me. You can do it A and D and E. You can do it C and F and G. look at my 1-4-5 lesson, figure out how you want to do it. There's a breakdown in the show notes, so you could look at that. This is it's an Australian song, but it's perfect for St. Patrick's Day. And frankly, with a bar full of drunks, no one's going to notice that it's not an Irish song. So use it well. So this is Uncle Mark. I do have a donate link down below. It's a paypal.me/Uncle Mark Tips. And thank you so much for all the donating. Your tips are wonderful. Thanks for the requests. You're making me learn new stuff. So I thank you so much. My set lists are getting bigger. So thank you. And sharing on social media, thank you for that too. And all my new friends, thank you so much. We'll see you. Happy St. Patrick's.